Alright, what's up, Facebook? Let me tell y'all a story about a friend of mine, right? His name is Joe. He a taxi cab driver. And we gotta pick a card. Let's say three of spades is Joe. Okay, we're gonna say the three of spades is Joe. I said, Joe, man, I need you to do me a favor, man. He was like, what's up, cuz? I was like, man, look, man, I need you to run to the bus station and pick up my four brothers. He said, what? I said, yeah, man, you do that for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I owe you one. He was like, alright, man. I run and get him, man. Let me run up here and see if I can find him. So, Joe Cool as he is, he jumped in this taxi cab. Did I shuffle these? Wait a minute, I don't think I shuffled. Let me shuffle a little bit. Alright. Little Joe jumped in his taxi cab, right? He jumped in his taxi cab and he cut on his meter. Now, when Joe cut on his meter, Joe cut his meter on, right? He got to driving. He went 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, just rolling 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 6 blocks, 7 blocks. This nigga went 8 blocks and around the corner now, right? Now when he come from around the corner, I said, Joe. He said, what's up, baby? I said, man, you find my four brothers, man? He said, yeah, man. I seen all four of them brothers standing up there, man. They was standing there chilling, waiting on me to come get them. I said, man, Joe, good looking out, man. I said, my brothers was telling me, man. I was telling my brothers, man, about the ladies in this neighborhood. Yeah, I was like, I know you know a lot of them, Joe, man. Can you run and get them some girls? Joe said, no problem, man. Jumped in this taxi cab. Joe jumped in this taxi cab and he cut on his meter. Now this time when Joe cut on his meter, he got to rolling. He went 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, and around the corner. Now this time when Joe come from around the corner, I said, Joe. He said, yeah, baby. I said, man, you get them girls for my brothers? He said, yeah, man, I went and got a woman for each one of your brothers, man. They was just sitting there chilling, dog. They, you know what I'm saying? I know where they be at, you know what I mean? I was like, good looking, Joe. So I said, Joe, where you find them girls at, man? He said, on 34th Street. I said, 34th Street? He said, yeah. I said, man, if you went all the way to 34th Street, I gotta give you $2 for your troubles. So then I gave Joe $2. So then I told Joe, I said, man, look here, man. I appreciate everything you do for a brother, man. I said, man, my brothers done came down here. They got the little room up there at the spot. They got the chicks up there. They got their guns and shit with them, bro, but they ain't got no ammunition. I said, can you run and get them some ammunition? He said, I'll be right back, man. Jumped in his taxi cab, cut on his meter. When Joe cut on his meter, Joe went another 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 6 blocks, and around the corner. Now this time when Joe come from around the corner, right? I said, Joe. He said, yeah, baby. I said, man, what's that? Did you get that for my brothers? He said, yeah, man. I went and got each one of them brothers a bullet. I said, well, they better be some accurate shooting people, because that's all that I can afford. So he was like, I said, Joe, where you get that? Where you get the ammunition from, bro? He said, man, well, I went back up on 34th at the gun shop. I said, you went back to 34th, Joe? He said, yeah, man. I said, well, man, look here, man. I'm going to give you $2 more, man. I appreciate that. So I gave Joe $2 more. Then I told Joe, man, I said, Joe, man, look, man, they up there chilling, man, at the motel room now. They feeling a little comfortable that they didn't got their ammunition and stuff, you feel me? I said, but they ain't got no entertainment, bruh. I said, can you get them some entertainment? He said, man, I don't know. Let me see, man. I'll be right back. He jumped in his taxi cab, cut on his meter. Cut on his meter, Joe went 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and around the corner. Now this time he came back pretty fast. But Joe was storming through the city. You know what I'm saying? I said, Joe. He said, yeah, baby. I said, man, you pulling up all like that, all fast and stuff. I said, did you get the entertainment, man? He said, yeah, man. I went and got the Jackson 5, but you know, Mike passed. So I only could bring the 4 brothers. So he brought, the 4 brothers, man. I was like, oh, man, good looking, Joe. They can do some singing or something for him. I said, where'd you find them brothers at, man? He said they was on 86th Street drinking 40s. I said, 86th Street? He said, I said, man, you went to 86th Street? He said, yeah, but I said, man, look here, man. I'm going to give you $2 more for your troubles. And I gave Joe $2 more. So then I told Joe, I said, Joe, man, I appreciate what you're doing for me, my brother. I said, man, look at here, man. I said, man, I got this $50 bill and I need a little change, man. You smoking that stuff still, man? I want you to run to the store for me. He said, nah, man, you know I gave that up. Give me that money. I said, Joe, now bring me my money back, man. You know how I am about my money. He said, no problem. Jumped in his taxi cab. Cut on his meter. I gave that man my $50. He jumped in his car real fast. That time, jumped in there. He went 1 block, 2 blocks, and around the corner. And then he came back. I said, Joe. He said, yeah, baby. I said, man, where my money at, player? He said, I got you. 10, 20, 30, 40. I said, Joe, man. I said, yo, bro, I gave you $50, man. Man, I said, man, don't make me. I was reaching for my, my thing, right? He was like, oh, yeah, that's right. 45, 50. I said, good looking out, Joe, man. I'm glad I ain't had to pop you, man. What's up? He was like, man, look, man. I said, where you get the change from? He said, I went to the grocery store on 34th. I said, you went back to 34th? He said, yeah, man. I said, man, if you went all the way back to 34th, I'm going to give you $2 more. So I gave Joe $2 more. You feel me? So then I told Joe, I said, man, look, man, Joe, I'm going to tell you a little something about myself, Joe, because I know you know it. We the truth. Me and you, we the truth, man. So I got to tell you about myself, because I don't think it's some things about me you really don't know, Joe. So Joe was like, explain it to me. I said, Joe, man, I'm 47 years old. You make me feel like I'm 57. I've been married 8 times. I got 7 kids. And I've been divorced 8 times. I said, Joe, now I know you was a gambling man, and I'm a gambling man too, right? So I said, Joe, we gonna play us a game of straight 5, hardcore poker, you feel me? I'm gonna get 5 cards, and you gonna get 5 cards. So I gave Joe 5 cards, and I had 5 cards. And Joe looked at his cards, and he looked at me, and he said, let me see. He said, man, I don't think you're gonna be able to beat this. I'm going in. I got 20,000, so you can't beat this hand. I said, what, Joe? I said, man, what you got? You act like you got a boat or something over there. He said, I do. I said, man, I don't believe you got no boat, man. He said, nigga, I got 9 over 6s. I'm finna tear your ass up. I said, man, get out of here, man, Joe. He said, man, I'm serious, man. So he turned his cards over. I called him. He turned his cards over, and I'd be doggone if Joe didn't have a boat. I hadn't even looked at my cards yet. You know what I mean? And I told Joe, I said, Joe, that is a beautiful, beautiful hand. Joe was trying to reach for the money. You know what I mean? He was reaching out there. I said, hold on, man. I said, hold on, Joe. That's a good hand now, but it ain't got nothing on this straight flush. So you might as well let me get my paper, babe. You see that 5 of heart, 6 of heart, 7 of heart, 8 of heart. If this is 9, Joe, you lose. You lose, Joe. Look here, you lose. So Joe was like, man, I can't believe this happened to me again. Maybe next time, Joe might win.